So you're new to Guild Wars 2, or you might have been playing for many years but never clicked on this one single button. World versus World. You might be asking yourself what this exactly is, and you never dared to play this very special game mode of Guild Wars 2 because people were telling you this is PvP, and you might not really like PvP, which is fine. Now what if I told you if you don't really like PvP but still want to battle for something, World vs World might be the game mode for you. Welcome into this Guild Wars 2 video with a brief and simple overview on what World vs World is and how it can help you. In World vs World, different versions of Tyria fight against each other in the fierce war in the mists. Their goal is to gather resources and eliminate other Tyrians from other worlds in this multiverse, as they are being considered evil. In technical terms, worlds are basically servers people create their player accounts on. The game mode integrates PvP with PvE elements, meaning while other enemy players roam around these maps, you can and have to take on PvE challenges. However, you're usually not forced to dive into a 1 vs 1 battle. In World vs World, entire guilds and groups will be playing on your side. So what do you have to do? These maps in the mists are split up into regions. Every region is being marked with the color of the one faction holding it. Red, blue and green. To conquer one of these regions, you will have to break into a resource camp, tower, keep or the castle. While player damage against walls and doors are very limited and almost none, you can gather supplies and use siege weapons such as catapults to break these defenses open. Once in, you need to fight the Lord, which is an NPC champion accompanied with guards, and stay in the area to take it over. Hopefully all in time before the enemy team comes in defending it. After a week, the points your team gets for holding these sectors will be calculated and a winner will be announced. After that, the game maps will reset, world combinations will reshuffle, and the fun begins from new. Now all of this sounds very intimidating, and I'm not going to lie to you, it is at the very beginning, but I can assure you, you will be getting used to it, and when playing with bigger groups, it is a lot of fun. What you will notice is bigger guilds running around in World vs World. You don't need to be a member of the guild to move with them and have fun. Some are leading open groups and you will find them in the Looking for Groups tool. Others might be a closed group but are fine when you are just a random following them. Just make sure to read chat, as very often instructions are being posted and also new waypoints to teleport to, so you don't get lost. People will also drop certain abbreviations, and there's a whole list of the most common ones in the official Guild Wars 2 wiki. I will drop the link into the description below for you. There are several roles people play as. The one you might want to join as a beginner is the Zerg, very often led by one or multiple commanders on the map. They move in large groups to attack and defend, or sometimes only to distract, so smaller groups can do the work behind enemy lines. Playing in a Zerg is fairly easy, and when trying to get daily challenges done, probably one of the more efficient ways to get around. Also, there are roamers, individual people or smaller groups trying to work behind enemy lines, working on smaller objectives and trying to be unseen. And we have scouts who inform the rest of the team about enemy movement or upgrading defenses while the Zerg is moving on. While it doesn't really matter which class you play while running in a Zerg, during roaming or scouting, you should be able to tackle 1 vs 1 fights and have a high survivability. However, if you run squishy classes, you sadly need to get used to respawn very often. Why you should play World vs World and what are the benefits? Basically, the fun playing in groups and also the material. You don't level with normal PvE experience, but with World vs World experience points. These points are gathered by fulfilling objectives in addition to the loot you can collect. You will also be gaining passive rewards by just contributing. These passive rewards can be boxes of loot and material, which can be used for crafting and selling. Also, you will be earning badges of honor, a currency needed to buy higher class material or special books. Another reason for playing World vs World could be your legendary journey, for example. For the crafting of the Bifrost staff, I needed to get certain material in World vs World and level up on a special train. Also, in my opinion, certain dailies and weeklies are very easy in this game mode when you just follow and contribute to a Zerg. One last word on your gear. I would recommend to at least finish the story of Guild Wars 2 to get some more high-end gear before joining this game mode. While character level does not matter, your gear will keep the stats from your PvE environment. There is much more to experience in this particular game mode. You can unlock a special mount which can only be used here, you can set up traps and so on. Now, Here's a little remark. All of this can change in the future, as since 2018 a complete world restructuring has been announced. This restructuring and how guilds will function in World vs. World are still not 100% clear yet and might be subject to change. There were several betas, but it is also unclear when it will ever see the light of the day. So let's wait and see. And that is the secret of World vs. World. Sounds like a more intimidating game mode of Guild Wars 2, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, I'm having a lot of fun in a Zerg, even though my character is ranged and one of the more squishy ones. It is sometimes very unfortunate when you just get trampled by another team. So, hope you enjoyed this video and found it at least slightly helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment. And maybe we'll see each other on the battlefield. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.